The next thing we need to talk about is what are the different methods that we're going to use to solve quadratic equations. Now, graphing is actually kind of our least reliable. It only gives us approximate solutions. So let's talk about graphing first. So graphing is approximating solutions rather than solving for them. So approximating solutions either by hand, like we did in the warm-up, or with a graphing calculator, okay? And it is best used when the equation contains decimals and or fractions. And when I say fractions, I mean complicated fractions. Oops, I almost fit it there. Not like our basics with like the halves and things like that. That would be relatively easy to deal with, but funky looking fractions we want to avoid, all right? The next method we want to talk about is factoring, all right? Now we've actually done some solving by factoring before, but we're going to revisit it because it's one of the most important methods, okay? Solving by factoring is when we do standard form equal to 0, meaning we're going to focus on trinomial factoring, or we could be doing difference of squares if there's no linear term. Okay. And the nice thing about this is that our answers will be integers or fractions. Okay, so they'll have usually prettier answers to deal with. All right, and then the last method is square rooting. All right, this is going to be kind of the newest concept out of the three, I would say. So this is best used if there is, or if there isn't, I should say, a linear term, or if it is in vertex form. Because the whole goal here is going to be to get the squared thing by itself and then square root both sides. So we are going to isolate the squared term or expression then we are going to square root both sides and solve the equation that results from that. Okay, we may have answers that are whole numbers or integers or fractions. There may be square roots. There could even be imaginary numbers involved. So we're going to write that these could be real or complex numbers when we're done with them. All right, so pretty much anything's possible when it's solved by square rooting. All right, so those are the different methods. In the next video, we'll start talking about how to actually solve using these methods.